Hey all, this is Travis from SC2 Noob School, once again back in my unit tester, and today we're going to be talking about micro, specifically Banshee versus Marine micro. And the reason this micro is possible is because of the range advantage that Banshees have over Marines. Banshees have a 6 range, Marines have a 5 range. So there's that one range there that you can exploit. If that doesn't really make sense to you, go find my fundamentals video, my micro fundamentals video, and I explain that in a little more depth than I will here. Okay, so let's get right on into it. Alright, so before we get into the real details of how this is going to work, I'm just going to do a real quick demonstration of what it looks like. And for my own sake, I'm going to just preface this by saying it's actually really hard to do this while recording, because I only get 30 frames per second, and it's slow, so it's hard to do this. Alright, so the basic premise is you just run away until you can get in range, and then you do a quick turnaround and make an attack, and then keep running. Okay, looks something like that. Depending on the skill of the player, the lag of the server, all that stuff, you can get away with, getting hit a lot less than I did. But that's the basic, the general gist of how it works. Run away, turn around, do a quick attack, and then shoot. Now, before I really talk about how to do that, I just want to go over a couple little aspects of the Banshees animations. Okay, so you're moving your Banshee around, and whenever you want your Banshee to stop, I'm going to actually hit the stop button right here. You can hit that or you can hit S. So, clicking this right now, and just watch what the Banshee does whenever you do that. Notice he doesn't come to a complete halt. He actually just kind of glides for a second there before he actually stops. This doesn't happen with a ground unit. If I hit stop, the Marine stops in his tracks instantly. This happens with air units. So the reason this is important is to basically show why you can't do this. So one player I might tell, hey, Banshees have a 6 range and Marines have a 5 range. And so the player will take his Banshee, he'll say, I'm going to attack move into these Marines, and the Banshee's going to halt right at that 6 range as soon as he gets in range, and then attack a Marine, and then I can just run away. But it turns out this isn't really the case because of that little slowing down that the Banshee has to do. So I'm just going to attack move him in here, and notice he gets in range of all kinds of Marines before he actually starts attacking. So that's important to know, just so that you know not to try to pull off some kind of attack like that. The other thing I want to talk about is I believe it's called animation canceling, where, okay, I'm just going to practice on my own command center right here. I'm running away, I'm right clicking here to run away, just pretend there's a Marine chasing me. Marines. Okay, so I'm running away, and then I'm going to attack my structure, and then as soon as I see that that attack is coming out, I'm moving my Banshee away again. And so I basically want my I want my Banshee to be performing that animation for as little time as possible. And when you're practicing this yourself, you should be trying to make the Banshee turn around and start running as fast as possible. In fact, when you're doing it, I want to see you flubbing the attack sometimes. Let me see if I can do it. Where the Banshee starts to turn around, but I do it too fast. There you go, like that. I made him start moving too fast, he didn't have time to do the animation. So get a real feel for how long it takes for the Banshee to actually let this animation come out, so you know how quickly you can start moving away again. So those are the two most important things you need to know about the Banshee animation before you really attempt this micro. Alright, so I'm going to grab some Marines here, and I'm going to kind of show you some of the do's and don'ts of how to do this micro. Basically, one of the most important things is whenever you're doing this running away and you're ready to do your attack move, you need to still be doing your attack move going away from the Marines. You don't want to do your attack move between yourself and the Marines, because if you do that, the Banshee is going to move towards the Marines, and if that's happening, before the Banshee's attack will come out, he's going to have to do this slow down animation, so he's going to just glide into the Marines' fire. So the time that you want your Banshee attacking is as he's moving away, he gets into that 6 range, and then you're going to attack move with him still moving away, and he'll whip around, let out an attack, and then continue off. The other part is you don't want to, like I was showing earlier, just attack move straight into the Marines. It's better to attack move somewhere around here, where I'm in range, but don't go too far. Okay, so let me just show this a little bit. I'm doing all my moves away from the Marines and away from the Banshee. This is weird, kind of microing against myself. Alright. You see how that works? Let me do this again. Just grab a couple Marines. Okay, so let me show you real quick the reason that you don't want to be actually doing that attack move between yourself and the Banshee and the Marines. Just grab a couple here. I'll just show you this is the fail, as if my other micro wasn't fail. Okay, so I'm running away. Actually, let me attack move these Marines straight over here. Alright, I'm running away. I want to whip around and do my attack. My Banshee has to move forward before he does it. And I put myself in a lot of exposure for these Marines to hit me. So you don't want to be doing that. That is basically it. So micro in a wide open area like that is okay. You can still do more damage to the Marines than the Marines can to the Banshee with perfect micro. That's assuming no mistakes. And that's okay if you're in a wide open area. Now the problem really comes in whenever they get stim and they can just chase you down. Can't get away. There's no way you can do any micro against this. You're just going to get yourself killed if you have to, if you try to. So as soon as the Marines are stimming up, no more micro for you. You just got to go home. So one of the more ideal situations is when you can start abusing terrain against your opponent. So here I've got some Marines on the low ground right here, and I've got a ledge right here, and I'm keeping my Banshee on the high ground. So what this allows me to do is, obviously the Marines can't get closer than here, so if I'm within range of them, no matter what they do, they can't get in range of me. So this would look more real if I was microing against a real person, but it's basically just shows you how you've got a great retreat path if you've got some kind of ledge somewhere like that. The other scenario that can be quite nice, if you don't have a ledge of some kind, you can also abuse having buildings around places. So, well, let's just build a barracks right there, just cuz. Basically what I'm going to be doing here is doing essentially the same thing as I was doing on this ledge, except instead of a ledge, it's just going to be a building that these Marines can't move around, because they can't move through a building. So they're going to be stuck on the other side of the building, and I'm going to kind of play Ring Around the Rosie with them, with my Banshee, and just stay on the opposite side of the building that they are. Should look something like that. Obviously I could be doing this better, but you get the picture. So yeah, that's really some of the key things to know about Banshee versus Marine micro. Especially the stim part. I didn't really emphasize it, but stim is just so deadly to Banshees. If you're seeing stimmed Marines come towards you, just say, hey, thumbs up, I made him stim. That's effectively damage to the Marines, and get your Banshee out of there as much as possible. Also be aware, depending on the map, where your retreat path is going to be for your Banshee, because you always need to be able to run him to safety as quickly as possible. Okay, so I hope this was useful to you guys, and keep watching SC2 Noob School, and I'll see you next time.